Today, we want to talk about if partnerships are a viable growth channel when it comes to marketing. So, Neil, we've talked about this maybe a month ago or so, but I know partnerships works out for you guys, and I've talked to a handful of partnerships people. I'll kick it off to you first. What are your thoughts?
I think partnerships are a very viable growth channel for almost any business. And if you look at some of the largest corporations in the world, they generate a ton of revenue from partnerships. That's when we realize that you need them. It's super effective. There's companies out there who generate over $1 billion just from partnerships a year. The IBMs, the Microsofts, even Google generates a lot of revenue from partnerships of people selling email service suites to enterprise companies. The point that I'm getting at is it's viable. The question is, do you want to invest the time and energy and the money to build out a partnerships team? And there's a big misconception that I see with partnerships. Most people believe that partnerships are really viable for like enterprise companies. That's not true. Let's say I sell toothbrushes and you sell toothpaste, Eric. We can partner up and I can sell your toothpaste and you can sell my toothbrushes. And it could be an affiliate deal. It could be just a partnership where we both have it in the upsells and downflows and we don't take commission from each other. But these are all examples of how partnerships could end up working. Funny enough, we're both going to Affiliate World in Dubai, and it just shows that you can end up generating a lot of revenue from partnerships from all companies of all sizes.
Yep. So my take on it is, if you're going to do partnerships, especially if you're early stage, let's say you're sub 1 million or so, don't expect it to be this silver bullet, because most often those people are like, oh, like we're partnered up. How many leads are you going to send us this month? It's just not because you partner with someone, all of a sudden the lead flow is going to just come in, right? It just doesn't work like that. And so first you have to build an acquisition channel. Ideally, it's probably going to be a lot of hand-to-hand combat. You're probably doing sales on your own. You're reaching out to people and you're taking responsibility for yourself because that's what you can control. The partnerships angle, you can try to stack these partnerships over time. You're not going to be able to just rely on one, but over time, you're going to have so many. Let's say you're an SEO shop. Maybe you partner with design shop. You partner with the paid media shop out there. You partner up with different industries out there, and then you become known as the SEO guy, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I used to hate being called the SEO guy, but there's nothing wrong with that. And over time, like you're going to get these referrals that trickle in from time to time. We have one client right now that's been with us for 5 years or so, 6 years or so, and that came from a partnership. And I remember we had Fujitsu, the Japanese technology company, right? That came from a partnership as well. But those deals didn't come for a year or two after we did the deal, right? And just it can be good for you. It can be lucrative. These can be potentially large deals, but it's not just going to come the next day. And here's the other thing I'll say. Try to partner up with other, let's say you're in services, go try to partner with other SaaS companies that service your industry. So Yotpo is a really good example of this, right? I talked to the partnerships leader there, Sarah. She's great. She created her own community and she introduced me to other partnerships people. You can join communities. You can try to figure out all the angles, make a list of all the potential angles, not just if you're an agency, don't just make a list of agencies, make a list of software companies too, and other kind of horizontal areas, I should say. Anything else, Neil?
And with partnerships, you can also get really creative and create pages on other people's websites. So like I know an SEO firm that goes out to a lot of design shops. They create landing pages on their website for their services. They collect the leads. They sell those people. They give the design company a cut. That's been a very effective strategy. This SEO company is based in Australia. And I think they generate around like 8, 9, or 10 million USD a year in revenue. It's somewhere in that range. It's somewhere between like 8 and 10 million USD a year in revenue, purely from that one strategy. There's other things that help them grow, but that's the main way that is driving their revenue today.
You gotta figure out the angles too. Like we get a good amount of leads. Neil gets a lot of leads, and then we're figuring out, because we don't do a lot of SMB stuff, like we're figuring out an angle where we send Neil's SMB division leads. So that's an example of partnerships too. And by the way, partnerships are always an experiment in the beginning. You might need to change up the terms a little bit. You might need to try a few different things. They're not just going to work out the gate. So it's a work in progress. Don't expect it to just be a set and forget thing. I don't know how many times I said partnerships in this episode, but it must have been a lot. That is it for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and marketingschool.io/newsletter if you want to stay up to date with all the content that we're putting out. And goodbye.